Vegan Meathead here. Welcome to the third episode of Vegan Protein Wars. Today we're going to look at so-called protein bars that you can find very commonly all across North America at gas stations, at convenience stores, at grocery stores. The term protein bar is often very deceiving because, as we're going to find out, sometimes protein bars are just carb and sugar bars with a little protein in them. Marketing is a real motherfucker these days. People, if they put protein in anything, they tell you it's a protein bar or it's a source of protein. And as you know, if you've read my book, we've got to learn to sift through all the muck to find those nuggets of gold that give us muscle-nourishing protein. Let's have a look at today's competitors. Up first, we're going to look at one of my all-time favorites, the CLIF Builder Bar. I bet you didn't know this was vegan. A lot of people don't. They've been vegan ever since I can remember. Now, granted, the CLIF brand is not entirely vegan, and that's a shame. However, the Builder Bars are all vegan. Somewhat of a newcomer on the scene in the last handful of years, we've got the brand NUGO. The NUGO Slim line is mostly vegan, and most of the NUGO brand is vegan, but you got to be careful because not every flavor is vegan. Be sure to read the labels. Crunchy peanut butter, however, I like the taste of this one a lot, and it is vegan. Back to the domain of CLIF brand, we're going to look at just a classic CLIF bar. People think, oh, CLIF bar, protein, right? We'll see. This isn't exactly a protein bar, but we're going to have a look at a Lenny and Larry's protein cookie, which all of the cookies, as far as I know, of the plant-based protein cookies, they're all vegan. Lenny's and Larry's brand, unfortunately, also not entirely vegan, but hey, we make do with what we can, right? So, now, all of these items, to make things as fair as possible, I picked something chocolate and peanut butter oriented for all the flavors. Let's have a look. Alright, it's time to look at the stats. Let's start with the good old Builder Bar. Chocolate peanut butter flavor. They're purporting that a Builder Bar is 290 calories per bar. However, by my calculations, using 9 calories per gram of fat, 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate, and 4 calories per gram of protein. I've got 295 calories. That's 99 from fat, 116 from carbohydrates, and 80 from protein. This bar is made less of protein than any other macronutrient. Interesting, huh? So what that gives us is 33.5% of all calories in this bar from fat, 39.5% from carbohydrates, and only 27% from protein. All right. Let's move on. Up next is the NUGO Slim Crunchy Peanut Butter. Now, I really do like these a lot. They used to be more expensive, but the price has gone down. I usually get them for about $1.50 a bar here in Texas. These fools here are advertising on their nutrition facts that this bar is only 180 calories. I find that very disingenuous because here's what I got. 72 calories from fat, 68 from carbohydrate, and 64 from protein. That adds up to 204 calories. That's 24 calories off what they're telling you. And I think the reason they did that is that this bar has 6 grams of fiber, and they are trying to say that you're not going to absorb 24 calories of carbohydrate because they're attached to fiber. But that's very disingenuous because, as we know, fiber can cause you to not absorb protein also. So why don't they say that you won't absorb any protein? This is why I don't factor in calorie or carb loss from fiber, because some fiber is partly soluble. Some fiber you are going to digest. Not all of it, but I noticed that a lot of nutrition companies are trying to say that any of the fiber in their product is going to not be absorbed and you shouldn't count it as calories. Well, maybe I shouldn't count it as protein calories either, because we know fiber can affect protein absorption by 10 to 16%. And that's one reason why I tell vegans, hey, you need to eat more protein. There's fiber in everything we eat. Whereas that is not the case for meat and dairy and egg eaters. Nevertheless, we've got 35% of all calories in this NUGO Slim Bar are from fat, 33.5% are from carbohydrates, and 31.5% are from protein. So despite my criticism of how they've rigged their nutrition facts, NUGO Slim is in the lead currently. Let's move on to Lenny and Larry's Complete Cookie, peanut butter chocolate chip flavor. Now this is a cookie, and it's not exactly a bar. I'm expecting that there's just going to be a lot more carbohydrates in this. It's also bigger. There's more calories in this than any other item we've got to choose from here. In fact, in the nutrition facts, they've broken the cookie down into 2 servings. Yeah, right, like anybody's only going to eat half a cookie. We've got 144 calories from fat, 224 from carbohydrates, 112 from protein. That adds up to 480 calories. And again, these fools are advertising that this is only 440 calories. And I assume, again, they're trying to play the fiber loss game. And I think it's bullshit. So we're going to say this is a 480 calorie cookie. 30% of those calories come from fat, 46.5% come from carbohydrates, and 23.5% are from protein. Not exactly amazing in terms of protein, but hey, it's a cookie with protein. I guess regular cookies would have less protein. Lastly, let's look at the CLIF bar. Chocolate chip flavor. CLIF bar has been around forever. People do think CLIF bar is the original protein bar. But let's have a look. Nutrition facts on the CLIF bar state 250 calories per bar. We've got 54 from fat, 172 calories from carbs, and only 40 calories from protein, since this only has 10 grams of protein. That's 266 calories all in all. The accuracy on their nutrition facts is a little better than NUGO or LENNY and Larry's. However, we've got 20% calories coming from fat, 64.5% from carbohydrates, and only 15% from protein. What a joke. This is not a protein bar. So, today's winner is NUGO Slim at 31.5% protein, and honestly, the least amount of calories of any of these items. Would you have guessed? It's the NUGO Slim, the only one of these items that's over 30% protein per calorie. Again, it's got more carbs than protein. Their stats were a little deceiving. However, the end result is they've got more protein than any of the other items that we reviewed today. It's the only one that's over 30% protein per calorie. And look, when it comes to a strength diet, my goal is to eat over 30% protein per calorie of all my calories for the day. So, if you look at the strongest men in the world, like Brian Shaw, even if you look at one of the strongest vegans in the world, like Patrick Baboumian, his diet, Brian Shaw's diet, these guys are eating over 30% protein of all their calories per day. So, when we're going to have a snack on the road, or maybe a pre or post workout treat like any of these items, we want to strive to be in the ballpark of 30% protein if we can. For example, this one's over 30% protein, so I would say it's a great selection for a pre or even post workout snack. The Builder Bar got second place today. It's got more carbs by far than the NUGO Slim Bar. I would say it still could be a good pre or post workout snack. Add a little protein. Hey, nothing's perfect. I do think this is still the best tasting one around. It's pretty hard to justify eating nearly 500 calories for only 16 grams of protein. But hey, sometimes if you've worked out really hard, you've done really high volume squats above 70%, you've done even just a really taxing heavy deadlift day, something like that, man, go ahead and eat this. It tastes great. I'm glad to see that these are everywhere. It's just not something I would recommend eating all the time unless you've really earned it that day. This shit, however, is just not gonna cut it. This is not a protein bar. This is a not enough protein bar. This is fucking runner's food. Fuck a CLIF bar. Alright, to celebrate today's winner, the NUGO Slim Crunchy Peanut Butter Bar, I'm gonna celebrate by eating this tasty motherfucker. 31.5% protein per calorie. That's about as good as it gets these days for a protein bar. It don't taste so bad either. Listen up. I'm just here to give you the facts. If you're failing, it's probably because you don't have the facts. And that is your own fucking fault.